Hi guys, welcome to this week's earnings season with me, Randy Rowe at RT Rowe.
And me.ja at H.ja.
This week is a nice week for us. It is how do I say this nice? It's the last week of August. So we're recording the last week of August. August almost done.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an interesting month, interesting year so far. Actual earnings season. Let me start with that. Somebody asked me why the podcast is called earnings season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just realized that it's really a stocks thing. So if you don't know stocks, you might not.
It's industry term.
Yeah, it is an industry term. So earnings season. Let me give you guys the original and official definition of what earnings season is. If start off nice and clear. Earnings season is a season in which most of the listed companies on an exchange have to report their earnings, pretty much. It's when they tell you what they've done. It's when financials come out. So, for example, in Jamaica, the Jamaican financial year that the government has is from April to March.
Mm-hmm.
If a company follows that, that means that March would be the end of their financial year. And we know based on the usual rules, especially we'll bring it to Jamaica, the JSE rules.
Mm-hmm.
If your end of year is March, then you have like 60 days.
60 to 90 days.
60 to 90 days. So let's say they're going to report in 6 days. So 2 months. So April, May.
Mm-hmm.
So May, or you can go 90 days. Let's say everybody chooses the 90-day option.
Yeah.
So April, May, June. At the end of June, you usually have like a lot of companies
a lot of reports coming out.
reporting. So they call that time earnings season. So at the end of June, you're seeing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 companies reporting all their earnings at one point.
And a lot of activity happens in the market because people are reacting to
what they've seen. Yeah. Exactly. So you're expecting a lot of good things or bad things. You see it and immediately you buy. So oftentimes you can make a lot of money just during earnings season. So that's why we call it earnings season. Plus I like the name. People ask me I never call it every mickle. Remember in the early episodes there were one like, should we call it anything else? I like earnings season. People want me to call it the Every Mickle podcast.
Nah.
Yeah, it's kind of lame, I think.
The
Every Muckle or the Muckle podcast or something. Happenings. You have anything that happened this week?
This week.
Anything big? I know Dana and I went to Stocks on the Rocks this week. Yeah, that's that event.
Just last night?
Just last night. The event by Simon.
Guru in Training on Twitter.
Guru in Training _.
Yeah.
Underscore. Cool guy. It was an interesting event.
Man, cool youth.
Yeah. I had met Simon before at his event.
Yeah,
Simon had
a
class that Dana and I also went to. Just to see what's happening, so the people are thinking, so Simon was doing. It was cool. He was at UE. He did a nice lecture.
Yeah.
It was great. It was informative and the people liked it. And I saw some of those people also at Stocks on the Rock. So that's good. I like that the community is being built up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Finance Twitter. That's what Finance Twitter. Local finance.
I don't really like terming myself on the finance Twitter.
Yeah, so whatever likes the labels. Like I don't like Grow Richard Randy. Yeah, so but if it works sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so Finance Twitter, JA Finance Twitter.
Yeah.
Have a nice little community being built up. So it was good to go there and see people. I never saw a lot of people, but I saw enough people for me to know that
something happening there.
Yeah, something happening here. People seeing it, and it's not just finance professionals. It's finance professionals. It's regular people. That's what I like. And to Simon's credit, also he keeps it by Palisados. Nice venue, beautiful venue, nice and cool.
Yeah.
But also free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, right? As long as you can get a ride out there, you're good. And people carpool, that's good. That's actually a great event. I like it. I like that he does it. He does it once a month at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And yeah, big up Simon for that. I had a good time. I'm looking forward to making sure. Adding it to my calendar to make sure that when I can, I'm there, pass through. Great conversations too.
Definitely.
Yeah, great conversations. It's a good chance to hear how all those different people that we've spoken about think. I don't know what you call me.
It's a good perspective on the market.
Yes, great perspective on the market too.
New insights. So if you have an idea, then you can share it, and if you can hear other people's thoughts on the market.
Yeah, great thing. So big up Simon, Guru in Training on Twitter, Guru in Training _
Yeah.
on Twitter for that. David also had his event.
Yeah, he had his class.
He had a class.
Last Sunday?
The last Sunday, I believe. David is also, well, you guys have heard David on our first official episode.
Yeah.
David is our first official guest, and he is at JC Night 2
Night 2, yeah.
on Twitter. Yeah, David Rose. He's the guy who, if he was here now, we wouldn't have to be guessing. I say earnings season, he would just fly up with what earnings season is because he knows the
Yeah,
definitions.
damn right.
You get any feedback? I asked you that last episode.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking that's good feedback, actually.
Good feedback. Tell me what's the bad feedback. Let me hear
and-
you say anything that people definitely want. Say, yeah, they need to fix that.
Not really, to be honest.
Yeah?
I'm not hearing much bad feedback. I don't think I've heard any bad feedback.
Yeah, I seek it out. 'Cause I'm always looking to improve things.
Yeah,
And
definitely. I keep telling, give me some feedback, tell me what's wrong, but I don't get much of it. So
yeah, I'm always looking for to get that quality up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, people have been telling me. We named the last episode Tangent because people have to confess I have ADHD. Sorry, I blame my parents. But I guess I go out on tangents a lot, but I am very cognizant of it. So I try to ensure that if I go out on a tangent, I either bring everybody back eventually in time, or I make sure that the price that you've paid in terms of listening to the tangent is good enough for the information that you get. Yeah, value is what I try to make sure people get. So yeah, you will get tangents. I'm not going to promise you that won't happen. Dana probably is better at keeping me in line at that. So let's hope that he does more of that. And I Stacks on Rock last night, I was making a story and he was like, yeah, but you go back to the story you're talking about. Yeah, so that's excellent. So people, if you don't like the tangents, I will try to manage it, but I'm not going to stop it. Because you never know. On tangents, you get all kind of beautiful things. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on it. People tell me they get a lot of gems from what we say. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I don't know who to big up. I don't want to say I big up one person and you lose the big ups from a whole heap of other people. But yeah, I like the tangent. Some people mentioned, funny enough, how long the episode was. Last week's one was almost 2 hours.
It was very long.
An hour and 48 minutes. But I think everybody who listened to it actually enjoyed it and it got better as it went along. Although I might be biased in seeing that. So let us know if you like the longer ones or the shorter ones. I will take it into consideration. That I too, I'm sure. But I'm not going to promise anybody anything other than good content, good quality, and maybe some entertainment. Yeah. I did get one thing that I know I must mention. We spoke about WIG.ja for a little bit last week and John Jackson and the whole thing, right? Yeah, so big up to, I want to get the person's name exactly correct. Big up to this person who DM'd, the social media person told me that they DM'd Instagram. And I'll read the message out. It's kind of long, but I'll read the message out. Hi Randy, I listened to your podcast recently, episode 3, and for the record, John Jackson's last piece on WIG.ja is questionable. I'm paraphrasing here because they say is question. I think there's a bit of a typo there. Why? I don't know. But the fact is that a list of the board of directors was provided in the prospectus. Kindly refer to section 3 of 7, and that's page 2 if you're looking at the PDF. What they're saying here pretty much is that last week I had said that we did find it kind of weird that
the directors weren't included in the prospectus.
In the prospectus, correct. But this person has reminded me, and they are correct. And the person is Dice876. Thank you, Dice876. I don't know who that person is, but thank you for the correction. That yes, they are included in it. Moreover, I feel dumb making that mistake because
to be honest,
that's a dumb mistake for me to have made. Every prospectus must have in
the directors,
and they do have the directors in there. I'm looking at it right now. If you have the PDF of the prospectus open, it is on page 55. Well, if you're in the PDF, it's page 60 of 179, but at the bottom of the page, it says physically page 55. And they start listing Oliver Holmes, Nigel Davey, Hugh G. Johnson, Gregory Shirley, Georgia Gibson Henlin, and of course the one that John Jackson kind of made half reference to, Jacqueline M. Stewart, and I mess up her last name, I think it's a Leckler. She's a JP. She's a managing director of Stewart's Automotive Group of Companies. She's many things, but also, and I'm reading from the prospectus now, she is also the chairman of the Financial Services Commission and a board member of the National Education Trust. They said it in the prospectus.
Yeah, and that's where my issue with what he was saying grows deeper with this, because at listing, without seeing the prospectus before listing, and no issue was raised with her being on the board. So not erasing an issue afterwards. I'm not sure you're sure what you're trying to get at. What the issue is really.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of hinted at it in the last one. I'll be a little clearer now in what I can say. and I'm still trying to walk a careful legal line. My personal belief is that. Yeah, let me leave it. Let me stay. You can't get in trouble for something you never said.
Yeah.
Yeah. let me say. I still think that John Jackson should have spoken about what his actual issue is and not try and tie it to Wigton's performance, which is what he tried to do. And I trust that the management and leadership of a publicly listed company is being done in a way that is legal and above board.
Yeah.
And I am almost 100% sure that Wigton, because of the amount of noise and attention around it, with it coming from the government and all of that, they could not screw that up.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure if there was any true conflict of interest,
That would have been shut
something
down,
would have
right
come
from the
up.
start.
Yeah, and even if there isn't, the fact that John Jackson said it now, I'm sure, because it's out there. Wigton, I hate talking about Wigton because it also becomes political. So you know if one party do something bad, the other party would have jumped on him immediately, especially for Wigton, because Wigton Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister, started talking about Wigton as part of the, what do you call it? Something about making people generally richer.
Yeah.
You know, having us be better if we can all have more money. And the other party, I'm sure, would not like that, so they wouldn't like that claim to go to them. So that if something was wrong, they would have jumped on it immediately. I trust that if something is wrong, I'm not a lawyer, I'm also not an investment expert. Dana is neither of those things either. And he's not an investment advisor or anything. So we don't know, but I trust the audit report, and I trust the general corporate governance. I trust being listed, and I trust our rabid political parties to not allow the other one to do anything wrong, and it don't become a point. So I know if something is a problem, there is going to be a problem. I don't see why John Jackson did what he did. I think he could have done it better. I rate him. I won't stop rating John Jackson. But I think he could have done it better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Again, John Jackson is saying it. I'm being very plain. If you want to come on this podcast, I am more than willing to have you here to hear your views and your voice. You can tell me to shut up to my face. No problem there. I don't have an issue with having him here, though.
I'm fine with having him here. I don't know about being told shut up to my face.
No, man. I don't mind that. I don't mind. As people aren't, I'm respectful to everybody. If you feel like, listen, I'm doing a good thing here and you don't know what you're talking about, John Jackson is the expert locally. Definitely. So you can't knock him. Big up QWI when it will list, right, John? I will be buying shares.
Oh, yeah. Actually, the issue that they had with QWI, with FSC telling them about they need an independent third party
separate
for the management.
Issue. Correct.
I don't think that's a sensible issue for FSC to take. If you look at just a company manages its own financials with anything, any venture they're going to, any investment they're going to, they don't need an independent third party. So is it that it's a publicly listed company would need it? I don't think so.
Yeah, let me clear it up.
I see no laws barring this.
All right, yeah. I know people are like, I am lost already. You guys talking, I don't get what it is. I'm lost. Context. First of all, I won't say her name. Let me keep it quiet. But big up some of the people who give me like deeper feedback. Right? So all people say, yo, Randy, you don't have to explain everything for everybody. All right? Make some people catch up on them own. And I get that. But this one I think deserves explaining. Quick explanation. JAMT.ja, Jamaica.ja is a company that has under it another company called QWI. You know, last week we spoke about with Barita Company 1, Company 2. In this week, JAMT.ja is Company 1 and JAMT.ja owns another company within itself called Company 2. And it's called QWI. What does the QWI stand for? It don't really have a name. I think that when asked what the name means, John Jackson said, anything, we just pick 3 letters because KIW was taken, but you can call it Quality Wealth Investments. I like that, but I like that he's open at it, don't really mean it. Yeah. Anyway, JAMT.ja, no big tangent, sorry. JAMT.ja owns QWI, and they have been very open about the fact that they're going to list. They're going to attempt to list QWI on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. And I don't want to get this part wrong, so I'm quoting from a Jamaica Gleaner article dated July 3rd, 2019, where they speak about the issues that they're having with the FSC. So QWI is under JAMT.ja, and they are an investment company. So JAMT.ja put a lot of money into it. Them sell them supermarket, I think, and put the money into investments. Very smart move. Higher margin business right before the tax breakdown. And they want to list that company on its own. QWI is a company that owns shares, and we are buying into the company that owns shares. That's all. Apparently, the FSC has decided I shouldn't say has decided. That's where you get in legal trouble. Apparently, the FSC, the Financial Services Commission in Jamaica, seems to have been under the impression that QWI needed a dealer's license or equities dealer's license.
Yeah, they need somebody with an equity dealer's license, but
for them to, I don't know what, the fact that they're listing on their own shares, they need to have a dealer's license for that. That doesn't make any sense.
It's not making sense to me at all.
Yeah, it is a senseless idea. Essentially, they're saying that if a company has to own shares, they need a dealer's license. Yeah.
No.
You know how many companies on the stock exchange own shares? Just randomly? That's dumb.
Imagine when I'm listing my company.
Yeah.
And I hold it through a holding company. Does my holding company now need equity dealer's license?
That's dumb.
It's actually stupid.
It's just illogic.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody from the FSC wants to come and counter this and tell us we're not lawyers, feel free to come. I will tell you that you're dumb to your face. I'll be nice. I'm not a rude person, but I think that the idea itself shows a lack of logic.
Yeah, I think our lack of understanding in whoever was telling JAMT that they need to do this. I wonder if they understand
what it is that they're saying.
What are they saying?
Well, that's a weird thing because I rate lawyers. Don't they understand the implications? What's a legal term? Precedents? Mm-hmm. Precedents, right? The precedents of if you set it up so that a private company owning shares or being a company that holds shares being listed and being bought into by the public needs a dealer's license, then every single company that owns shares that wants to list will have to get a dealer's license.
So and
then in private companies will also it's just a dumb. Just think about it. You know it's dumb. There's no reason.
Does Derrimon Trading need an equity dealer's license to hold CFF shares?
Excellent question, right? That's Caribbean flavors and fragrances.
It's not making sense to me.
Idea. Yeah. It really, really is. I don't know how that happened. So I think that there was some eruption in the, well, again, I don't know what happened. I don't know John Jackson. I don't know anybody at FSC. So let me speak again from the Gleaner article, again dated July 3rd, 2019. It's saying, halfway down the place, QWI will trade as an investment company, but it is not a registered securities dealer. Mahfood, that's John Mahfood? Yes, John Mahfood, who is a managing director of JAMT, and also obviously
principal shareholder.
Yeah, and also definitely obviously a huge part of QWI. Yeah, although I think the actual chairman of QWI is funny, John Jackson.
John Jackson, yeah.
How coincidental. Anyway, so the FSC has an issue, apparently from this article, it would seem to me, with the fact that the QWI didn't have an investment license or a dealer's license.
Yep.
No, the article says, Mahfood says they have not approached the Financial Services Commission for a dealer's license, and he doesn't believe QWI needs one, as the company will be trading solely for its own benefit and not on the behalf of other investors. Exactly. The investors own a piece of the company but the company is doing this thing for itself.
Yeah.
There's no way that needs a dealer's license.
I wonder if they thought they were taking precedence from MJE and Select funds with the fact that they both have independent third parties.
Yeah, but they don't need it.
They don't need it, exactly. Yeah. So
even Select F doesn't need a third party. They've chosen to do that for, I guess, their own benefit. That's another thing. Well, I said, I think Sagicor is doing that because it's an easy way to make money. Yeah. They make 0.5% of
something they're not
that they got your money for.
Yeah.
And they say it's a good deal because they didn't take 1%, huh?
And it's passive management, so you know how that goes. Buy it and it waits.
Yeah, that's so nice. See, that's like, I robbed you of no, that's not good. No. Let's just grab that. Let's take that part out. I don't want to rob with Sagicor. So, yeah, you can leave it in with me saying I don't want to rob with Sagicor because I don't think Sagicor robbed anybody. I think it's good business for them to do what they're doing, but I look on it like
smart business.
Yeah, you're making 0.5% every year of something that other people gave you money for. Yeah, why not? It's like in a partner when you have a banker. You know partners do that sometimes. You have a banker and you have a banker's fee.
Oh yeah.
The first time I heard that, I was like, what? So but you have a hand, but you also have a banker's fee. So I'm paying you money to save. That's like your evil scout. That's like your evil bank. That don't make any sense, but people do it. It makes sense for the banker. Hey,
definitely.
Yeah. So in this case, it makes sense for Sagicor to do it for their own benefit, which I understand. It's passive management, but you still have a stake in there. Yeah. But you don't need a license for that. But of course, Sagicor has a license, so it don't matter.
Makes sense, yeah.
MJE has
Yes.
Mayberry.
Mayberry Asset Management.
And so Mayberry Asset Management, which again has its license, so that doesn't happen. So I think maybe somebody who don't understand it, look and say,
yeah, man, these similar companies have
Exactly.
a licensed dealer.
So you need one
You need
also.
one too. which-
that shows a lack of financial
understanding.
literacy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I think logic, I want financial literacy to be higher. If this offends you, I'm sorry. I've just learned to say that. Thank you, Dave Chappelle. Yeah, I think it's a dumb thing that they were doing. And they're saying, I gather that it has been resolved now. I don't like the resolution, but since I'm not sure what the resolution is, I wait for them to say. But I gather it has been resolved now. I hope that QWI lists soon. I know I'm excited for it. I know a lot of people are excited for it. I know Jamaica Teas is excited for it.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to QWI listing. I'm sure all people at JAMT are looking forward to it.
And you heard me say JAMT every week now on podcast, so you know I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Wait till this guy don't buy any. Yeah. JAMT, good point. So I get DM this every week, especially from people at my Grow event. They ask a lot about why the directors are selling.
Oh yeah.
Yes. You have an answer for that?
No, I do not.
Come on, you're an expert. Tell me what you're thinking. No clue,
I'm
right?
blank on this one.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys also. I'm stumped on this one. So we pay attention to when directors buy and sell, because when directors buy and sell, it usually means stuff, right? The director knows a lot more than you do. And so how do I put this in context? If Leachin sold half his NCB shares tomorrow, I would be fretting. I would start to fret.
Yeah.
Because what does he know that's coming? Why would he get rid of these shares, right? But Leachin isn't selling those shares. Mr. Leachin is not selling those shares. In fact, everybody that can buy them are actually buying them. Still undervalued.
Definitely.
Yeah. NCB is still undervalued. 200 and something today, right? 200 and a little bit. That's $300 stock in my view. Anyway, JAMT almost every day or every other day has to report large movements in shares though from a director. So they're legally obliged to tell you when directors sell shares, because you as a small man need to know. It's how to keep the market fair. I'm reading one from August 30th. I noticed that's on the Jamaica Stock Exchange website.
I think they've sold about 5 million shares so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this notice I'm reading went up on August 30th. It says Jamaica Teas, JAMT has advised that a director sold 1.7 million JAMT shares during the period August 29th to 30th, 2019. 1.7 million JAMT shares are a whole heap of shares, you know. Yeah. Whole heap of money too. You know how much money that is? As in, do you actually know how much money it is?
Oh, no.
No? This little bot that I use. This little bot that I use on Telegram to tell me the prices every day. It's a very cool. It tells me the closing prices. Very, very cool thing. Also, those people who have been on everymickle.com and downloaded the stock dashboard, you can just put in the name of any stock on that front page, and it will pop up what the current price is. Yeah. If you don't see the current price, hit that red refresh button up top. And thank you for downloading the sheet. I hope it helps you. It has helped me greatly. So JAMT closed this week at $5.85, which means that this director sold 1.7 million shares, which were worth, at least today, they are worth 9.945 million Jamaican dollars. Why would they sell when they know what's about to happen?
Exactly. So QWI is designed, so like value is being brought back to JAMT, especially in this time.
Heavy value too.
Heavy value.
Yeah.
So why sell QWI? Why sell JAMT, knowing that my shares will be worth more?
Right.
A lot of people asking if they're doing it to buy into QWI, and I don't think
that's not. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think they cannot take a margin on the shares. They can use the money they have outside.
These guys aren't short of money.
Yeah, I don't think.
And technically, right now, if you own JAMT shares, technically, you own QWI shares.
Yeah.
In fact, not sure about this, guys. This is me just yapping. They cannot remove the value because I own the shares, and all shares are pari passu. If there was a lawyer in the room that would help me, it would be so great. How do you pronounce pari passu? Pari passu?
Pari passu.
Again?
Pari passu.
Pari passu. Thank you. I don't know why I always mess it up. Pari passu. So all shares are pari passu, which is a fancy Latin term that means that they're all equal, truly equal. Which means currently anybody who owns a JAMT share owns a percentage of QWI.
Yeah, it's indirect holding.
Yes. And QWI, no, directly.
No, you don't own. You own it through.
Yeah, but you have direct ownership.
Oh, direct ownership of
Yeah,
QWI. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Okay. I mean shares, not ownership of the company.
Shares are ownership of the company. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
If I own a holding company and a holding company owns 100 carrier shares, then I have an indirect holding of carrier shares.
True.
Yeah.
True. You're thinking, okay, I see what you say. You're coming from a compliance point of view. I see what you're saying. Okay, but to me, I'm not a finance person, believe it or not, guys. I really am not. But as far as I've been able to see, it works equally.
Oh,
Meaning,
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so in terms of true ownership, it is actual ownership of QWI.
yeah.
I say all that to say that we currently own QWI shares, even though we don't recognize them ourselves.
Yeah.
But that means that when QWI lists, we either have to get some shares because they can't remove the value from us.
They can.
I have to get back the value. Well,
So in some way we do get the value. So when
when
QWI,
the money
we get is value coming back. To
Ah,
us.
so
we
they
don't have to get shares
Directly.
We do get the value when we. So they might throw in here pool for JAMT shareholders. Give us some.
Now, I'm not
extra
talking
value.
pool. Pool don't matter because that's extra. Correct.
Yeah, so it's extra value, but the value we get. So that's like you have a company. We've seen before. So when a company we own divests a sub company, the seller of some part, then the value we get is the money. We don't lose value because they're valuing the company at that trade price.
Perfect. Well, the part that he said that was really important was just there. Where he was saying we don't lose value.
Yeah.
So we cannot lose value.
We cannot lose
value. Legally, your value cannot be taken by the company. They can't take $10 million out of a company just for themselves.
Give it some. Yeah.
And
it has to be worth something.
Yeah, and you have to get back that thing. I guess Mr. Berry, your boss's boss, has broken us bad because he.
Oh yeah, man. He gave us
shares. He gave us shares right up front. He gave Mayberry shareholders
MJE shares on a dividend.
Yeah, on a dividend, straight up. They call it a dividend in specie. Big him up for that because some of us made a lot of money that way. Yeah. What he did has made me want that all the time.
Definitely. Yeah. So when Blue Paul was doing that with the Lombard, where they have some way to give us some holdings of the new company, Lombard Depot, then MJE all over again. And
you suspect that's going to happen?
With Blue Paul?
As in, you think we're going to get a dividend in specie?
No, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they said the people as of that date, that are record date for it, and the people as of that date.
That a record date?
Yeah, man. Check it, man.
All right, I will. But go on, talk. I'll take
it. They have a record date for it, and if you own Blue Paul shares as of that date, then you'll be entitled to some piece of the new company, Lombard Depot.
Oh no! I really hope you guys listened and bought in, because we've been saying this from before they did it. The date has passed. What was that date?
The date passed.
You don't know. I have it up now.
Blue Power Group Limited has advised that the board of directors met on July 11 to consider payment of a dividend. The following resolution was passed. Dividend of 2 cents per share paid out on August 12th. Record date for that is July 25. Ex-dividend date is July 24. You guys don't know what those things are? Check out my website, everymickle.com. At the AGM, August 14th, blah, 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 blah. They've advised that they've considered the issue of blah, 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 blah. They do have a date in there. The issue transfer of the company shares into a newly created subsidiary company called Lombard Depot Limited. Very, very inventive. Sorry, new Lombard Depot. To the company shareholders on record as at August 1. So if you didn't own before August 1, you get joke.
Yeah.
I say that now, and I'm immediately going over to my dashboard to see if I own any Blue Power shares at all, or is I just running off my mouth. Ratted cup. Suppose the train missed me, don't I? And I do own a little bit of Blue Power shares. Not a lot, a small amount, but enough just to keep me in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I hope I own more back then. I don't remember. I can check that later on. But that's cool. That was a tangent. You're supposed to stop me from doing that. The original point was,
bad,
where are we? QWI and FSC?
Yeah.
Or no, we're on JAMT.ja and the director selling.
Yeah,
we're done QWI and FSC. JAMT.ja and the director is selling. I don't know what it is either. People DM me all the time. It doesn't make sense to me. My fear is that they know something that I don't know, and so they're trying to get out. But the truth is, they still own even all the directors who own shares, I'm sure still own a lot of shares. So they're not exiting.
And they're not exiting. They're not saying throw away these shares. They still have a stake in the company. So, and JAMT.ja is still valuable.
Very
all
valuable.
Of this, them said they might be selling, but I'm not seeing where JAMT.ja has lost any value. If anything, they've gained more.
Yeah, and guys, you know what? As much as you see the directors selling, let's think about something. Those directors aren't selling to the air. Someone bought 1.7 million JAMT.ja shares.
Thank you.
This week.
Whenever somebody sells,
somebody else buys. So exactly.
Somebody sells and you see it, but you have to know that somebody is looking at it and saying, "Here's a lot of value here. Let me buy in."
Somebody decided on Friday or Thursday that they're going to spend on 9-point-something million. 9-point-something million
to get some of these shares. And nobody buys thinking, "Boy, this will go out. I'm buying this because it's going to go down." No, I'm buying this because it's going to go up.
Exactly. No, well, we don't have short in here yet officially, so.
Okay. No, we don't have to agree with them. So when shorting comes, we can disagree with it.
Oh, yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for shorting. I'm excited. We can talk about that later. I want to know, did I ask you that once? I asked you what would you short right now?
Oh, yeah, ask me that.
Yeah, but let's stick to the JAMT.ja thing. So as to whether or not they know something, I don't know. But I can publicly say, I'm getting used to doing more of this. I can publicly say that I am not selling my JAMT.ja shares.
Oh, yeah, same.
So if something bad going to happen, it's going to happen to the whole away.
So I see me complaining that, boy, JAMT.ja not moving. Then it moving, but not really moving. I haven't sold any shares. If anything, I think I've bought more since.
Have you? I have not bought a lot more, but I
think I bought a bit more. Because I've had a lot since way back when. In expectation of this.
My APP, my average price is pretty low, so I haven't pushed it up. You know what it is? The fear of not understanding why they're selling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, has frozen me. I haven't bought because I don't know why.
And I'm like in the queue and I see a 585 and I'm thinking, boy, I can just sweep that up, but
yeah,
is it worth
I don't know. Yeah. So guys, you remember what I know some of you think that I know everything or I know a lot. And sometimes when I say things like I really don't know, I'm really guessing. This is like a good proof of it. I am guessing. Yes, I'm good at guessing because I'm an educated guess every time.
Yes, definitely.
But I am still guessing. And so something like this is a great example of earnings season, meaning the description we gave you earlier, because when their next set of earnings come out, one, I will know which director it is that has been selling.
Yep.
Because we'll see from the top 10, and which they have to tell us. And secondly, I will also know, I guess by the time the next set of results come out, we'll definitely hear about QWI. QWI probably is going to list very soon.
Yeah, I expect it.
Yeah, so when it lists very soon, we probably will hear a lot more information. We'll see. I suspect we'll know why the selling has been happening. And if not, we'll just keep going. But the experts like to talk about fundamentals. Simon had a great little talk about that. Yeah, about fundamentals. So we agreed in that. We both trade on the fundamentals. I know Dana does. I do the same too. We believe it or not, we're all fundamentals.
Trust me.
Yeah.
If the number's not matching, then it's not happening.
Yeah, man. So we got fundamentals.
If we weren't trading on fundamentals, then the many companies on the market that we ignore, because ignore meaning, okay, I buy this and I don't buy the others, then if we weren't trading on fundamentals, there'd be no reason for us to ignore those companies.
But yeah, so I agree with Dana. Fundamentals are the thing that we start with, but then we pay attention to other things, which is why
market sentiment is a big part of our trading.
Yes, and you know from the textbooks that you should not pay attention to market sentiment. That's not a sensible way to make money. You can't make money that way.
Except
also can't short-term trade in Jamaica.
Good luck.
So JAMT.ja's, yeah, I mean, you mentioned sentiment. So one of the additional things I looked in terms of not just the fundamentals is like what the directors do. So them selling has made me wonder why. Yeah. But I'm still sticking with it. I believe in the fundamentals. I see the value in QWI straight up, and I understand the value that QWI can bring to JAMT.ja. So there's no reason for me to exit JAMT.ja. But I will admit to being fearful and not going harder because I can't figure out why they're selling. Yeah. So instead, I've been going harder on Cygnus. God. Yeah. Like I'm almost at fearful levels for Cygnus.
Yes,
yeah.
You know I'm at fearful level.
Yeah, I know you're at fearful level. Dana is in Cygnus heavier than I. Can I say that? You don't mind?
That's fine.
Yeah, Dana is heavier in Cygnus. I'm heavy in Cygnus, and Dana is heavier in Cygnus than I am. So, if you don't hear from us next week,
yeah, the earnings done.
Yeah, and funny enough, Cygnus just released something saying that they're going to be late with their numbers. Oh God, I hate that. But you know what? I have been loud about companies being late with their numbers. and using the excuse of IFRS 9.
Mm-hmm.
IFRS 9 is not new. IFRS 9 is not a surprise.
Check maybe the early adopted
Okay.
IFRS 9.
You notice NCB never have any late results because of IFRS 9. And they're very complicated, right? But people are like, but the NCB.
They have a big problem with IFRS 9,
right?
if anything. So
huge, yet they seem to be on time.
Yeah.
I maintain, I have no proof of this, I maintain that companies will take any excuse they can get. They use, no, don't worry, then I signaling to me not to get anybody in trouble. I won't get anybody in trouble. But I maintain, Winston Churchill once said, never waste a good crisis. I suspect IFRS 9 is a good crisis. It's not, all of a sudden, all these companies just needed to, just the companies with bad results, needed to have a delay to get their numbers in order because of IFRS 9. Just the companies that have bad results. Yeah. But it worked out now. We're past the hump. I said that in relation to Cygnus, though, that I see it, and by now I'm inured to seeing companies say, "Oh, we're gonna be late because of IFRS 9." I see, but I still love Cygnus. I still think they're great.
Trust me,
Yeah,
I don't think IFRS 9 will impact them to the point because it's just accounting. The company doesn't change because they account differently. I'm not seeing where they're destroyed because IFRS 9. So
yeah,
I still like the company. Still love the company.
All right. So on the point of IFRS 9, and specifically for Cygnus, another thing I said to a lot of companies when they have to recognize IFRS 9, this boring stuff, guys. I won't bore you with it. The accountants know it. Ask an accountant or Google it. But essentially, most of the companies that have to start it, at the point where they're starting it, they have to recognize certain things.
Yeah.
Usually, they have to recognize their crappy investments because IFRS 9 forces you to recognize all your investments in a certain way. I don't think Cygnus has crappy investments, but I would not be surprised if they have to take a hit.
Yeah, man. So impairment for credit loss, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
More
receivables, all sorts of things. They might have to take a hit, meaning profit could fall for their next results. The results that are delayed could have a heavy profit hit in there.
It might be much less than the previous quarter.
Yeah, and being open, obviously, I do also think that Cygnus is still great. So if they take a hit for the IFRS 9, then right after that, they have, I think, good results coming. You take the hit one time. It's like you know, it's like you have to take an injection. You can take the injection 9 p.m. at night, or you can just start the day and take the injection and move on. So this might be them taking the injection. Funny enough, I got deeper. I paid attention to the dates. They said that they won't be able to report until
September 13.
September 13. Oh, David, you're so good. You have all these dates. So they're going to report September 13, right? But Cygnus, what are they reporting September 13? Their end of year numbers?
Yeah, the audited financials.
Audited financials. Now I know that their Q1 ends in September. That's so convenient. So
they have results close by.
So that means that June is the end of their financial year? Yes. July, August, September, right? So they're we're now at the end of August, and they have a little bit of a delay in terms of reporting the end of June numbers.
Yep.
And they're going to delay until September 13th, right? All right, now if you delay it until September 13th, sorry to bore you with the calendar stuff, guys, but this is how you make this little boring part is how you make the real money.
Yep. And
get people to ask you, so how you know how the price is going to move? This is how I know how the price is going to move. All I do is do the little reading and research. If they're going to delay until September 13th, right, that means, and the end of their first quarter is September 30th, which they have to report, 15 days later? Or
45 days later.
15 to 45?
No, 45 days later. 45 days after the end of after September 30th, they have to report their unaudited numbers.
I don't like that. That means November 15th.
Yeah, November 15th.
But they could go early. Barita went early the other day.
Oh, yeah, man.
Barita reported in like 2 weeks or a week. Yeah, but and they were.
Yeah, I find that funny. When good results come in.
Yeah, man, everybody ready.
Quick.
When bad results come.
The bread hot, get it off of the shelf. Get it on the shelves.
Yeah. You have to tell your parents bad news from school. So you start telling them about your entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah, mommy, this morning I just really like how. Mommy, I love you. I like how you carry me to school every morning and you really care about me.
The breakfast nice, Yeah,
man. Daddy is lucky to have you in his life. Daddy, do you know that? You see him look at you like, why are you putting pressure on me, boy? And then anyway, I love you guys no matter what. And math is not the most important thing, or physics. So it doesn't matter to me or you guys what those grades are. Oh, God, big up my parents. Don't big up maths or physics.
Big up maths and physics.
Yeah, nerd. Anyway, so it means that if the end of September is when their first quarter ends, and that will be the first quarter post IFRS 9 implementation. So if I'm assuming that they're going to take a hit in the profit, which already gone, June, and them already going to do them work and it's going to end September. So September 13th, I'm going to hear about whatever happened at the end of June. 13th, I'm sorry, or 16th. I'm looking at the wrong calendar.
13th,
Sorry, the
September
13th is a Friday, correct.
Yeah.
The 13th is a Friday,
Oh God,
and it's the
weekend
middle of the
results.
month.
Oh my God, I hate weekend results.
Yeah.
I hate when the result.
End of day too. Yeah, they do it on a Friday
Them and
evening
them.
so that you have the weekend to
Weekend
get
to
through.
go
Yeah,
over.
so if it drop, they expect Monday morning, it's definitely going to drop. Monday, September 16. Why is that date important to me? I see why that date's important to me. So, so Monday, September 16th is when we might see the first reaction to those results from last year. Now, funny enough, 2 weeks later, their first quarter ends, September 30th. If they report that, let's assume they reported 45 days after the quarter. That means that they reported to us September, 45 days carries us to
November 15th.
actually, yes, thank you. Yeah, November 15th, which is another Friday. But that's an exciting Friday.
Oh, that's an exciting Friday.
Yeah, because I think those results will be really good.
Oh yeah, because they're comparing to a loss. So if they make profit,
Yeah.
we're having a very good time.
Exactly. And regardless, they are way ahead of where they were last year.
Definitely.
Significantly ahead.
All the money is deployed, and they're even
Yeah.
raising more money to deploy.
Yeah, I think last quarter they were like $1 million US ahead of where they were. Or something
Yeah.
like that. They made $1 million. They made over $1 million US last quarter, just in straight up profit.
Yep.
Yeah. So Cygnus is strong. Cygnus is strong, but Cygnus might have a little bit of a hiccup. What that means, let me talk to the hardcore people listening, just in case. Let me give people some hardcore. If you're really hardcore, maybe you sell. Maybe you sell now and buy back later on. Maybe you sell now. What's the last price that Cygnus had? What closed that Friday? David. What did he close that
He's
Friday?
on the phone. I'll get him.
I bring it up also. So I think on Friday it closed at SCI JMD is what we're talking about here, guys. Nothing else. We can't bother going to all the others. This is the early episode to hear about the other Cygnuses. But SCI JMD is what we're talking about. And right now it's at $20.92. Wow.
So
That's low.
I know my portfolio is taking a hit on that one.
Yeah. What was it? It was $25 just the other day, right? Wow. Let me refresh my sheet and see what kind of hit I take.
My numbers are still good, but
Yeah, but that
you know,
that movement.
Little
from-
feelings, my heart. I feel it in my heart.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to take your emotions out of investing.
No.
Yeah, because we're all robots. That's a 25% hit though. Ouch.
Oh, bro. Oh, I think I took worse because I'm heavier. I know I took worse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 25% hit.
See that 235?
Yeah, we're still in profit.
About
Right?
30 is gone.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of money to lose.
Yeah, that's
Lose.
fine. Yeah, lose. Air
Yeah,
quotes.
lose. Sorry, I said it's a 25% hit. It is not. It is a 20% hit.
Oh yeah, sounds
Yeah.
bad, but still better.
Yeah, 20% hit. Not so bad. Still in profit from it?
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, that's the secret to investing. Never lose
Make sure your
money.
losses aren't real losses.
Yeah, that's right. You send them to the OCI.
We got Mayberry in their profit to this OCI.
Yeah, Mayberry is such a terrible company, especially MJE.
I know, right? Doing so well. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Like their problem is they do too well.
Yeah, they're a really, really, really good bad company. They make a lot of money that doesn't count. I was just looking for something very significant. Oh, Epley, because I refresh my sheet and I do own Epley, guys. That's another thing people ask me about. Epley Properties Caribbean Fund. Yeah, Randy, you're biased because you never say nothing about them. I never had anything to say about them.
Yeah.
You guys don't get raised in a loving family. I was in a loving family. I was told if you don't have anything good to say,
Say nothing.
yeah, it's fine. And not even that they're bad, it's just,
It's not my cup of tea.
I understand that going forward I'll have to talk about everything, regardless. But the most important thing for me with Epley was that they're essentially Epley Property Caribbean Property Fund, whatever, it's a real estate fund from the Epley guys, but through their Barbadian arm, and they're looking to buy they're revitalizing some older company, and they're buying new assets and doing good stuff with them. Those guys know how to make money. They've made a lot of money for a long time, so I trust them for that. But I I didn't buy in, and I probably won't ever buy in. I'm not a huge fan of real estate.
Maybe one day. So something like this, I have to see an opportunity. But generally, I just go over it. But the real value for me is that management fee line on newer property. So they raise the money, buy more property, so there's more property in the fund. They get a management fee line to Epley, right?
Word. Epley, the actual other listed Epley, which I do own shares in.
I actually have Epley shares for some reason from way back.
I had Epley shares just to keep my...
I want the emails, so I keep 100 Epley shares.
That's good. That's good. So what I do is I have Epley because I just wanted to keep track of them. So if I buy it, it forces me to keep track of them. And I figure it was a rich people club.
I mean,
it has been a rich people club for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a rich people club for a long time. So I bought 1,000 Epley shares a long time ago. Back when they were very expensive, actually.
Man, of course.
At one point, Epley shares were like 3,000 Jamaican dollars per share.
Wow.
Yeah, the man just they are the epitome of.
And when they split on health for how long? Oh my God!
Yeah, those guys were they're like, well, we're in no rush. We're in no rush. First of all, them lists at the price that they allowed. What did we say? They did something where they're like, this is the price that the original people paid, so we have no reason to list below that. Boom. Either they get it, that's rich people talking. That's like, you do it or you don't do it, and I don't care. Yeah, so Epley did that. I know they've kept it. They eventually split. The shares are a lot cheaper. No, I'm doing air quotes for you guys who can't see me. The shares are a lot cheaper, but the value that they bring is you have to know what Epley does. I think of Epley as a rich people club. Very few people buy it, very few people get in, and they make the money the hard way. They make the money the rich people way, which is top end. So like like you said, they have an expense line in Epley, Caribbean, whatever, where they get money from that, no matter what happens to that company. Yeah. Second, interestingly to me, I remember reading long ago about. Yeah, here's a tangent, guys. I don't like to tell people stuff from my personal life, so I won't. But I know a building in Crossroads because I remember it from when I was a young kid, right? And I used to have a barber in there actually, and I remember seeing it. It's a part, maybe a historical building, I don't know. But the point is, I remember seeing it in the newspaper a long time ago, because at the time, Epley, the Jamaican Epley, was buying it and revitalizing it. I thought, oh, that's cool. I know that building. Blah 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 blah. The only time I've heard about that building since is recently. Surprising to me to see that Epley Property Fund, whatever, is buying that building. But I don't remember seeing any mention of who was selling it. But I know the last time I saw it, the company that bought it was Epley Jamaica. So I wonder if they still own it and if Epley Caribbean Property, whatever, is buying it from them. Not that that's a bad thing. That's perfectly fine. It just says to me that Epley Jamaica is about to make a lot of money. Because they're now listed also, yeah, I should give them the respect that they deserve. What is their stock ticker?
EPLY.
No, I know what Epley's stock ticker is. What is the Caribbean Property Fund?
CPVF.
That
Caribbean
doesn't make
Property Value Fund.
Really?
Yeah. That was weird to me.
Say it again?
CPVF, I think.
CPVF?
Caribbean Property Value Fund.
It's not ECPVF or something?
I don't think that.
I think there's an E in there. All right, hold on. Let me get it exactly right. Then I'm checking to make absolutely sure. I don't know. Why wouldn't it start with an E? Why wouldn't they call it Epley? I
wondered.
CPFV.
FV. Oh, okay.
CPFV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What was their IPO price? Well, you can look that up and tell me, because right now, as of today, the end of August, they are listed at per share as, you see something and it just immediately skip from your eyes. That's why I'm not getting old. Shut up, Bam.
The IPO price is 46.18.
46.8. That's what they listed at?
Yeah.
46.18. That's not bad. They closed at CPVF closed. PVF closed at. Why won't it show me the price? Why is it doing this? It's like my sheet just don't like Epley. Caribbean Property Fund, whatever. Anyway, I can look it up the hard way. They closed at 48.11. How much is the list at?
46.18, I think.
You think? Are you sure?
We'll go back to the top of this. 46.18, yeah.
I mean, if you bought into that IPO, you currently have made a whopping total of 4.1%, 4.17%, 4.18%. Congrats. First rule of investing is to not lose any money. So congrats for not losing any money. And I think something like a Caribbean property fund, let me give people responsive information. Something like this is I hate to say, long-term, a nice, mature, long-term thing. Don't expect this thing to be blowing you out of the water right now, but expect it to continue to give you a nice, steady, small growth over the next however long. Yeah, it's cool. I'm happy for it. I want more things in the market, and I'm on record as saying I want every company to list. If I have it my way, every single company, except mine, would list. But yeah, I like the openness. I like when people can participate. Epley itself just did a dividend. Epley is currently at $16.09. I don't know what the dividend was, but happy for that. And that would mean that I am in profit still.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even actually care about profit. I don't hold enough to care about, but 16.09, not bad. Not bad when I look at my price. Let me actually tell people how much money I've made on Epley. Not how much money, what my percentage gain on Epley has been. Not bad. 39.7%.
Nice.
It's alright.
It's
It's been lost for a long time.
Close to mine, around $12.
$12 is the average?
Post split, yeah.
My
When
average
finally
is-
traded.
My average is $11.52. Yeah. I don't hold it for the money. I hold it to see what they would do. But now is actually a good time. I would have thrown money in there if I was rich. I'd have thrown money in there the other day when the Caribbean property fund is, because I know they spiked after that, because the industry figured out that they could. I'm going to pause 1 second because I see my laptop there and I realize I'm using it a lot this episode. Or you can keep talking. What else you like in the market? What's there? I feel like there's something on our list. Oh, thank you for the feedback. The people who said, yeah, we like it, but sometimes we feel lost. You know, if you like some kind of a guide, I'm thinking it over. I don't know if I want to give you like a straight up guide, because again, this is not the Owen James report. Big up Owen James, but it's not the Owen James report. But I don't know how deep into guide I want to go. But I am okay with people not being lost. I know people don't want to be lost. I don't want them to be lost either. So we spoke about the JAMT directors selling. Here's a cool point you can talk about while I look for my charger. Something that you can't enter, the JSE game.
Oh, yeah. I can't enter. I work in the industry, so I'm barred from that game. But a lot of people get a lot of experience from playing the game. They're not actually risking money. So there's fully reward if you do well.
That's right.
You make money. So you're incentivized to do something. You're not risking your own money, so no loss.
No loss. I like that. I have learned a lot from the game. I'll just say it straight. I came third and fourth in that game last year. Everybody except JSE acknowledges that. JSE just ignored the game and ignored me. And there's a first, second, and third place prize. I'm playing it this year, but I'm not paying as much attention because I'm a lot busier. But I still want to win it. I'm very competitive at times, so I probably am going to win it or come first, second, or third, or hopefully all three and pick one. But that game is important because that game allows, just like Danai said, that game allows you to learn a lot of things without risking your money. The JSE has a game. I think the JSE isn't, as usual, not very clear. I stopped complaining. I just started fixing. Let me put myself under accountability. Guys, if you're hearing this, and I don't have a blog post up on everymickle.com talking about the JSE game and giving you instructions on it, at me on Twitter and ask me where it is and when am I putting it up. I'll do something like that for it. In fact, I think I might do an Every Mickle version of that game, meaning just straight up hijack it. Yeah, I'll put up a list. You enter what your username is on the list, and we track the Every Mickle people who are listening and actually playing the game. So no matter where in the JC game you come, we're just competing amongst ourselves. I'll probably give a prize for the winner. I don't know, 1,000 shares in something or some money or something. And give people. So I'll come up with a nice prize or two, first, second, and third. And unlike certain institutions, I will not ignore you if you win.
Or come third.
Or come third, you know, no matter how much you flame them on Twitter, and I will not bad you up for that. Like you or don't like, if you win, you win. So if you don't see it, hold me accountable to it. Let me give you something. I'm going to do a little Bogarting thing. I give somebody some $1,000 credit. Big up credit. Big up Digicel, please list. Not Digicel Jamaica.
And big up Flow for being listed at one point.
Yeah, big up Cable and Wireless, my favorite stock that's no longer around on the market. Yeah, big up the JC for that. So what else? SSLVC dropped the numbers. How you feel about that?
Oh boy. So my issue is the other income. So two of the portfolio companies are only profitable if you add the other income line, right? Without our income line, they'd be at a loss, I think. So
that might have been low because I was throwing the charger to BAM. Big up BAM at the BAM production studios where the Every Mickle podcast is.
So I would like to know what exactly the other income line represents, what income it is for the companies. So I think SSLVC needs to give us more.
Bring in the beginners before you go that deep. So SSLVC released their numbers, right?
Yeah.
He mentioned portfolio companies.
Yeah, so they are VC company, venture capital. They find companies that are just starting or at some level in the starting stage, and they invest in them. Take our equity stake and give them money.
Usually VCs invest anywhere from 5 to 15, so 5 to 25% in a company.
SSL took almost half.
Yeah, in lots of the companies they have.
So they consolidate the companies. Yeah. So they give us company reports, but they don't break out exactly every line item for the companies. I would love that. And I would like to have an explanation of what other income is for these portfolio companies.
Yeah. So essentially
you're profitable
saying
because of other income, and I don't know why. I don't know why you're profitable.
In each of the portfolio companies, or is it SSLVC itself?
No, yeah, man. Both are, so Muse isn't profitable. Blue Dot and Bar Central are profitable because of an other income line. So revenue is X, expenses are X, and then have a large other income line for both of them.
Wait, what? Say that again. So Muse, all right, Muse, Bar Central,
Muse, and Blue Dot.
Last time I doing this for you guys. Muse 360 is an advertising agency, kind of like Lab, but not as big and obviously not directly listed. And they're under SSLVC. SSLVC owns the three companies. Muse 360 is one of them. The other one is Blue Dot Data. I want to get it right. Big up Lauren Peart, the CEO of Blue Dot. So let me get it right. Big up him company. Need to hear it properly. Blue Dot Jamaica. Blue Dot has a whole heap of things going on. You know, like a regular person, if you listen to this, they have a product called Blue Dot Communa. Free ad, Lauren. Link up for the free ad. Run my dirty money. Free ad. They have a thing called Blue Dot Communa, where essentially they want to get everybody's opinions. You know, like surveys, but they pay you for it. So you can get paid you can get a bank transfer, you can get, I don't know. I don't know the details, but check out blue.ja.com and you can find out what it is. They talk to you about Blue Dot Communa. Blue Dot is a market research company, and then the last portfolio company the last of the original portfolio companies on the SSLVC is
Muse 360.
No. We said Muse already. Is Bar Central.
Bar Central, yeah.
Which is a merchandising company or something. They do something in the liquor and distribution.
Liquor, definitely. And work with bars directly.
Yeah.
So Bar Central revenue generated for the quarter was 90 million. Cost of sales 88.2 million. Administrative and general expenses of 37.2 million. So that's immediate that hits you as okay, that's a loss. And then they make it up with 44.4 million in other income.
And
so
they don't say what that other income is.
What other income is. Blue Dot revenue generated was 18.6 million. Other income of 21 million. Direct costs were 15.4 and administrative and general expensive 21.6. So again, it's profitable because an other income line is there.
Yeah. I bring the beginners
so they're
in
not
again.
Operationally profitable.
Yeah, man. I bring the beginners again. It's like everything in the business look like it making a loss, and then a man just writing miscellaneous, and that miscellaneous amount is so big that it allowed
a net profit.
It allowed profit to be made, and you don't tell me what the profit is.
You tell you profit, but they don't tell you what was miscellaneous. So other income, they haven't explained what makes up other income.
Did you read the interim report, as in the managers section? Did they tell you? Did they tell you what it is?
Oh, that's where that's what I'm reading.
Yeah, okay. Because we've spoken about ignoring that part a lot, but you're right. In it, I've seen it right here. They speak about. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Boy, SSLVC disappoint me every single time I look at it, boy. I don't know.
I need some accountability there. I need to know what's happening in the company.
Yeah.
If I can own this company. And speaking about ownership, the company, the lateness of the financials has the company halted, so you can't exit, you can't buy. So you're an owner of the company.
Not on the JSE, yeah.
You can't trade on the JSE. You're stuck.
Because they're suspended, because they didn't meet the JSE rules. Yeah. You know that their mandate, SSL Ventures' mandate, is to fund, grow, lead Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You've been failing at that right now. It's embarrassing, actually. Honestly.
They're funded.
Have they? I mean, they have. They've given, they have. 1 out of 3, not that bad, right? 33%. You're a good portfolio in a bad year. Yeah, they're a bad portfolio in a good year. Christ. Yeah, so they just need to be more open. I need to be more open with all three of the companies.
Yep.
And I have said that for the very first time, because of SSLVC, I don't trust an unaudited report.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need an auditor to tell me that this is right.
This is right.
Yeah. And even then, boy, I don't know. I can still kind of look at it away, but I trust the auditors because they have such a heavy responsibility on them.
Yeah.
You just write in a line. I don't really write in a line. I'm not saying that they did anything illegal. I'm saying that I need to know. I need to know what that thing is, because think about it. When you form a company, you listed, you have to tell people what it is that you do, right? And these companies say what they do. So I told you Blue Dot is research. The other one is a marketing company. The other one is a merchandising company. So if you make any of those your main thing, like I'll use JAMT as a fourth example. Jamaica Teas, they tell you what they do. They have Jamaica Teas. They make actual teas, which they sell in Jamaica and overseas. They have QWI, the investment company that they run. And they have HMA Food and Sons, which is their real estate arm. That's how they make money. Am I forgetting anything? They used to have the supermarkets, but they don't have it anymore. Yeah. All right. And they have, I said the real estate. Cool. These guys, we know the three things that they do. So if they make money other than JAMT, again using the JAMT example, if JAMT makes money from anything other than investments, real estates, or selling tea, that goes to other income. And if it's big, you have to say
what other income
what it is, because it's like, yo, what is this new business that you found that is making you so much money? Yeah, I need to know what that is. These guys just say, oh, other income.
Some other money, and don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, and the funny thing is there are no amateurs outside of the guys in the portfolio companies. I don't believe there's anybody involved in this that's new to the marketing and so
please do
questionable.
Better. Do better.
Yeah, do better, please. There's no excuses for it. Literally no excuses for it. Any other business? You have anything cool coming up? You starting a class today night? Everybody has a class.
No, I'm not starting a class.
Yeah.
I'm actually a terrible teacher. Yeah. I've taught CXE maths well. Anything else? I think I failed pretty heavy. So I'll still take the teaching for now.
Boy, I used to say the same thing. I am on record as saying I hate teaching. I taught for a little while. I taught primary school. I taught all levels of that. I also taught a little bit in high school, but I taught primary school. I used to go home and you'd hear them in your head when the house is silent. Sir, 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 sir. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm cool with kids. I love kids. I'm great with kids. But they made me hate kids. And they didn't do anything bad. It's just that they wear you out. And it turned me off teaching. I said, like, volunteer teaching. So I used to do something on standpipe. That's another set of people where you have to deal with rough kids different. But you don't deal with kids rough. But them deal with you wicked. Them deal with you rough. Sorry, I moved so. Mine, You're 6 years old, Jason. What are you doing? I said, yo, just, no money, no credit. What are you dealing with? Yeah, but I said I'd never teach again. I know here I am at least every month.
I know I'm not the best teacher, so
yeah. But you'd be surprised. You might actually be pretty good at it. David had a class. David, I think he's going to do another class. I'm going to try and give David some push on his other class. The people who went to his class really liked it. I don't remember the girl's name, but I saw a girl talking about how we went through certain things. And David, like me, likes to talk about understanding the thinking. I think maybe
David loves to teach. David loves to teach.
Yeah, David definitely loves to teach.
Yeah. If he posts, he's all about them. He provides some information to people.
Yeah, that's like his thing. He's like a source of information. Yeah. So check him out on Twitter. When his next class is at JC Night 2. If you want to learn about stocks and get a start. If you're a beginner, check him out. I think check me out also, everyminkle.com. But big up David too. I mean, there's more than enough people to teach everybody. So let's try and get that. You want to learn? Let's say you want to learn and you don't want to learn from me. David is a lot different from he's not me. So he's a great way to learn other than how I teach. Because I know how I teach can sometimes be annoying because I know I have a limited amount of time in which to spur you to not just learn what I'm saying, but to learn the thinking so you can do it on your own. Yeah. David is more, he will guide you more in terms of, he'll tell you the thing and you have to remember. I don't want to depend on memory, I want to depend on your common sense. So, yeah. So you go. I want to have a good class. I'm looking at the top 10 for SSLVC. Again, it's changed around a little bit, but it's very SSL.
Oh.
Yeah.
Drew Gray, the former, what was Drew Gray there? CEO?
CEO, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he's there anymore, he still owns 8 million shares, or he did as at the 30th of June 2019.
But when was the last time he could trade? When was the suspension of the shares?
Well, I don't even know, but maybe he's stuck in there.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Mark Analyst Ramsey are the fourth biggest at 6 million shares, 1.5% of the company. Gerald Wright, 6 million shares. Crossgrave Holdings Limited, which I guess is Mark Crossgrave, they are associated with 6 million again. Sheldon Paul, 6 million shares. And his family, Melissa Green Paul, and Kruma Wilson, Alana Jones, and of course Stocks and Securities Limited Manager account wrap up the top 10. So the top 10 owns 95.16% of the company, and everybody else fit in the other 4.84%. That's not a strange thing, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
It's very common for that. The top 10 usually own a lot of companies. Yeah. So, not really a big deal.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. The problems with SSL don't lie in the top 10. They lie in the financials as far as I am concerned personally. Must have something else. I don't want to go too much there. I don't want to give people a long one like last week. CPJ's out. CPJ's is
Still taking on.
You know, let me talk about CPJ. Yeah, let me talk about CPJ. CPJ is a good one to some CPJ, they lost a crap load of money. Do you know that they actually have covenants on their loans that they actually broke?
They broke it?
Yeah. I was going to tweet and I said, no, they broke it. They had to ask their banker for a waiver.
Oh, so it wasn't that they were asking permission to break them. They broke them and then asked them if everything is cool.
That is a good question, and I don't want to.
So I think they were seeking permission.
Seeking permission to break them?
Yeah. Because loan covenants, if you have a bond, you have covenants under it, and you can't do certain things that raise outside money, blah 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 blah. And
well, in this case, I think they weren't allowed to allow a certain ratio.
Certain ratio of outside of new rates, or
I don't think it's room rate. I think it's just the debt to.
One of those ratios.
It's in the things.
That's a common covenant. So I think
it's a common covenant, so it's not usually broken.
You know what happened with them. So.
No, tell me what happened with them.
They took a big hit when they bought into a system, management system, I think, and
their IT system.
Yes. And then
it
failed. So that's right off.
Yeah, but they don't write it right. I don't feel the number. They wrote off, and these financials are making for season. I think it's the end of the year, right? They wrote off. They had to actually put a write-off of an intangible asset, $679,730 United States dollars. That's not a small money. So this write-off amount, I'm using a rate of 135. That means that in these financials I'm looking at, which are the latest ones I've released, they have written off 91.8 million Jamaican dollars because of an IT system.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the old system.
Yeah.
I hear that IT guys are
slowing down.
It's slowing down? They say it's slowing down in terms of their sales and so on. I'll reserve comments on that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the experts, so they should know.
You're damn wrong. I'm just what I'm remembering. So I'll check back.
I have a little experience with how
I know.
Yeah, with how distribution companies work. Never waste a good crisis. Yeah, Churchill was right. But yeah, they spent a lot of money writing off that asset, and so they say that it hit them.
Yeah.
But I know it's like the gross profit, which is the straight up core of the business. The gross profit it went down by 2 million. They made 20.4 million last year. This year they want to make 26.2 million gross profit. In real profit, last year they made 2.3 million, and this is US again, guys. 2.3 million US dollars last year, and this year they made a loss of 1.1 million US. A heavy loss that time. Even if they didn't have the write-off of $679,000, they still made a loss. And they said that's the system that caused it. Yeah, yeah. We won't go too deep into it, but that is, I think they're going through a rough time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but tough times make tough people.
And tough times make good
profits. That's goddamn right. I love that. Anytime you see a company going through trouble, try to rubbing you back. I'm saying, hey, I want you to get through it, man. When you're at your lowest point, I will buy in. because we're going to go to great heights together. Yeah, but they're going. I think this could have been avoided. I personally, I don't know the details. I'm not detailed, right? But when I look at this as a shareholder, I'm like, yo, you need to do better. Yeah, you can't tell me say you're writing off almost 100 million because it was the second time you have over 100 million write-off, or close to 100 million write-off. Because the new CEO, the current CEO, came in because the last CEO's head got cut off because of issues around $100 million write-off. What does this guy have to do? $100 million write-off. In fact, one of the things that he came and he was touting and he was very proud of was that when he came in, one of the changes bringing was this new IT system.
So that he put the reputation online with that one.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. To me, I have a problem. And I tweeted about it back in the day, and I still maintain the same thing. And I need a more openness explanation what happened. And I said I need his head to roll, but I wouldn't be surprised if his head roll because this is head roll money. I he'll be fine. He's a smart guy. I think he's that ganja doctor. He's actually called a ganja doctor. Dr. Henry Lowe's son, I believe. That's who it is. And we shouldn't call him Dr. Henry Lowe's son. We should call him his actual name, which is Mr. Lowe, I'm sure. And his actual name is David Lowe. Mr. David Lowe. And don't get me wrong, he's feeling the pain because he owns shares in CPJ.
I love that. So I love when CEOs own a stake in these.
100%. That says to me that they understand and paying attention to them thing and it matters to them.
I can lose money on this.
That's correct.
I can gain money.
Yeah.
Let me grow with you.
Yeah.
Grow with your family.
Grow with your research. He owns 12 million CPJ shares.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice enough amount to feel the pain. I like that. So I don't know if it's a doctor. So David Lowe, Mr. David Lowe, his company is called Bricks Limited. No, his personal company. So Mr. David Lowe, let's have you make a lot of money along with the rest of us. Let's fix this thing up, please. I know if it's burning us, it's burning you because you have 12 million shares. So let's try and get that fixed. Anything else you want to wrap up with? I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't remember until we say we're done. Bull Bear, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Get into that. Oh Lord. This week on Twitter, on finance Twitter, JA finance Twitter, investment Twitter, there's been a lot of talk about whether or not the market is in a bull, whether or not the market is in a bear. I hear people talking. I should state my view, where I am now. Obligatory weekly shout out to Ryan 5 on Twitter. We have similar views on this. A bull market, bear market, markets move in cycles, right? And people like to think, bull bear is also connected to whether or not the JSE is in a bubble. I will end on that point. I'll tell you my view, then I can tell you his view. I don't think the JSE is in a bubble. Definitely not. I don't think what's happening now is a bubble. Secondly, I don't think that we are in what I consider a true bull market. You know what, I'm trying to see Brian will come on and talk to somebody because he has good views on it. But I don't think we're in a true bull market.
I think Brian has views on everything.
Yeah, Brian has some pretty good. We don't agree on everything, but he has sensitive. He's a good veteran. So I won't say him, I won't talk about him, that's just using my view of it. We're not in a true bull market because I see a bull market this way. When that market rises to its true potential and it achieves a sort of steady base, right? So you rise and you reach a steady base and you run along that base. Sometimes it rises, sometimes it dips. And market moves and rises and dips, bull and bear. But Jamaica has been depressed for so long that what's happening now is not a boom, but it's not a bubble. It's just like I use the example on Twitter of a man who have no money, born and growing abject poverty, straight up poverty whole life, they don't really own nothing. You get to 15, finish high school, get a scholarship, you go UWI or UTech, you go to UTech, you finish that, you start a business, you start make some money. Buy like a house, buy a car, build up, get a family, and then one day he said to himself, oh wow, the bubble is about to burst, I'm about to go back to abject poverty. It doesn't make sense, right? No, he can get really, really rich and lose a lot of money, but that doesn't make him, to lose a lot of money. So where we are now is not a bubble. We have just been so depressed that we never know that things can get better. We're not even good yet. People actually look at these markets now, we're not even good yet. So I don't think we're in a true bull market, and I definitely don't think we're in a bubble. Please don't DM me and ask about it. Don't DM me and ask if Trump is causing select F price to drop. It is not. Trump has little to no effect on the Jamaican market unless he says, I am coming to screw out the Jamaica, in which case, good luck to you guys. But yeah, outside of him doing that, it doesn't have a direct effect on the Jamaican market. These companies trade on their fundamentals and on market reaction and market sentiment, like that I said earlier. What we are now is in a place where for the first time, we're actually getting closer to our potential. So I think we're in a boom, but it don't mean that it has to be followed by a bust. This boom can be followed by a plateau. That's me, that's enough preaching from me. Or more boom, right? And guess what? As the market continues to go up, more things come to you. But shorting, you know what shorting does? Shorting allows you to make money when the market is bad. So that's what the JSE gets at. Yes, because even things go bad, people make money.
Money right
Yeah. You have anything you want to say on this, or you want to keep your job?
No. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I don't mean you're keep your job, what the people are paying you good money. But yeah, I just don't think we're in a bull market. I don't think we're in a true bull market. It don't make sense to pour about it because people don't always see that way. I like that. That's one of the real reasons I like that link up with Simon. Big up Simon again for having these stocks on the rocks and inviting us and having a really good debate. We had a good conversation about it, and conversations were so much better than that.
Trust me.
People can talk.
You actually have context when you speak.
Yeah, you can explain things, you can go, listen, what I mean is this, and blah, 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 right?
Most times when you try arguing and start typing and say, oh, what, of course, it's a long for them, right? Never quit.
Well, you're better than me. I need more than this. I need to shut up more and stop going for every person that bothers me. Anyway, what we need to also start doing is talking in the ears. You guys have been listening for a little over now. I think that's enough this week. But it won't cost me another too long. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Randy at RT Room, which I've been most of my life.
Yeah, that's the 9, H.9. Which I've been very recently. So,
Alright, thanks for listening, guys. See you next week.